Oh, hi there. I was just reading about elections in this political science textbook of class 9, and you know what? We read a lot about politics and elections in our textbooks. We watch campaigns on the TV, but as students, when do we actually get the opportunity to witness an election, to feel an election, you know? Isn't it during school elections? Like, that is when we actually get to witness the election campaign and the voting process and get a thorough insight as to what elections are and how they are conducted in our country. So why do I tell this? Because after 2 long years, Dayapuram Residential School is finally conducting elections to the school's official parliament. Election fever has spread all over the school, let me tell you that. And also there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of excitement, and the nominees are ready to show their leadership qualities. Alright, while talking about elections, let's have a chat with the election commissioner herself, Mrs. Neetu Mohan. Mrs. Neetu Mohan, so could you please provide us a short description, an overview of the election process here at Dayapuram Residential School?
Yeah, it's after 2 years of corona pandemic, we are conducting parliamentary election in our school with 2 phases. First phase is actually for the election for the post of member of parliament, and which will be conducted from classes 6th to 12th standard. And here each class is being considered as one ward. So from each class, that is from each division, 2 boys and 2 girls will be giving nomination, from where we are selecting 1 boy and 1 girl, where all the students of a particular class will be casting their vote, and through this they will be selecting 1 boy and 1 girl. And that's all about the first phase. And further, after the declaration of the MP result, we will be moving towards the second phase, where the election for the president and prime minister will be conducted. And usually the candidates for the post of president will be from 12th standard, and the post of prime minister, the children will be from 11th standard.
Okay, that's very interesting. So from what you've just said, the election process actually sounds very similar to an actual election process that takes place in our country, for example. So could you please tell us why Dayapuram Residential School has chosen to replicate an actual electoral system? What is the benefit?
Yeah, what we are trying to inculcate by implementing such a parliamentary system in our school is, I think, by giving an opportunity, children can develop their leadership quality, isn't it, within the school, which is very effective not only in the short period but also in their real life leadership also. And I think by giving opportunities for these children, not only they can develop the leadership, but they will get a proper idea about how the actual process of parliamentary system of the government, that is what is the how it functions properly and how democracy works. And I think above all, we need to implement such a thing, such a system in our school itself, because future India always is in the hands of our children, the future citizens of India. So I think it's very necessary, all the school need to implement.
I'm very thankful to you for your input. Thank you so much. So we've got a brief description of the election process, and now it's time to move to the first step of the second phase of voting. That is the Meet the Candidates program of the President and the Prime Minister.
Two representatives from each class is selected as MPs, and now we are moving to the second phase of parliament election. In the second phase, you will get a chance to elect your Prime Minister and President.
And as a political science student, I know the functions of a president and the roles of a president, and I'll try my best to bring those to the advantages of the students.
I can be bold and can say that if I win, I'll be the MP you can rely on anytime, and if you have any problems, you can approach me at any time, and we'll bring greater changes in Dayapuram.
I'm not going to promise you that if I become the president, I'll change Dayapuram completely. But what I can promise you that there will be a lot of changes. And you guys are going to love it.
Is make the parliament a safe space for everyone, and it should be approachable. Especially the younger MPs here, you might feel like you don't have an opinion in the parliament, but you do. Every voice matters.
After the Meet the Candidates program, it was time to kickstart the campaigning. The candidates for President and Prime Minister campaigned throughout the school, entering from class to class, mobilizing support and putting up election posters on the notice boards. The campaigning is done. It's time for the voting to begin. Now, what exactly goes on inside the polling booth? Through the electronic voting machine, the voters cast their votes, and thus the concept of universal adult franchise that we read so much about finally becomes a reality. I see you're going to cast your vote. So can you please tell what you're feeling right now? What are your feelings?
Well, I'm feeling nervous and excited as well for choosing a leader among ourselves, and very happy to become a part of this.
After 2 years of with this corona pandemic, we are back again to the school and electing our members. So I think I'm very happy to elect the suitable person for this representative.
For the smooth conduct of the parliamentary elections here at Dayapuram Residential School, 6 students were assigned as the observers. So let's hear from them. So as the observers, what was your experiences, and can you just explain your feelings?
So 6 of us were selected as volunteers and 6 of us were placed in 6 different booths. So the experience was very similar to the actual election that takes place, and it was very exciting. We could see the excitement in all other students.
It was really just like the actual election that takes place in our country.
The journey that you and I have been exploring together is finally approaching its climax. The results of the election are going to be announced at any moment right now. There is a lot of excitement. The entire school, each and every student is waiting in anticipation to know who the future leader of Dayapuram will be, who will lead them to success, and who will be the voters' choice.
Are you eager to know who has the ability to steer Dayapuram? A true Dayaburate, by all means, a silent yet but takes all the responsibilities shouldered on. A kind-hearted soul with friends clinging around. With all these, the person is academically brilliant also. Any guesses? Yes, the right person to lead and take Dayapuram in the right spirit is Naveed S. Anil, our elected president for the year 2022-23. Coming to the dignified post of Prime Minister is Ms. Amrin Jazeel, a new face to Dayapuram.
culmination to campaigning to the election day. It has been an intense week of excitation, anticipation, exhilaration. There is so much of excitement around. The moment we are waiting for is finally here. It's like watching a movie. We have finally reached the climax. And here we have the democratically elected President and Prime Minister for Dayapuram Residential School for the academic year 2022 to 2023. Everyone give us applause! Look at all your supporters. This support, your win, is the proof of the students' belief in you, the students' trust in you. We firmly believe that you will lead Dayapuram to greater heights, will flourish with you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Boys and girls, are you happy?